Okay, so let's just do a little tour of our land. So as you can see, got the sauna in construction over there. The concrete forms are almost finished. It's gonna also be used as a tool shed for now, and when we have our garage, we're gonna move all the tools into the garage and use this as a sauna. And I don't know what other purpose it'll be used when I get there, but yeah. Over there, there's a swale over there. I don't know if you can see it. I've planted hybrid poplars and hazelnuts, also white oaks. Well, actually not white oaks. It's Quercus macrocarpa. I forgot the name in English. Yeah. Tu t'amuses, mon coco? Yay! Est-ce que tu viens, Léo? Viens, mon coco. Viens, on va aller marcher. Donne la main. Léo? Tiens-tu dans les bras? Viens me voir. Viens. Viens dans les bras. Okay. So yeah. Here is where I've put my first garden, which was turned into a tree nursery. And I've left quite a few trees over there, and I'm letting them mature. So the big one over there is a hybrid poplar. It's almost maybe 10 feet tall. It's only 3 years old. Also there's the hybrid chestnut right there. You can see the leaves. It comes from the Badger Set farm. This is just a willow that I've planted to so that my vine can grow on, but I've sighted my vine while trying to get rid of all the blackberries, so I won't get any grapes this year. So yeah, this was all blackberries. I got rid of them because it was quite a mess. So yeah, I've kept the yellow raspberry. I've already eaten some, but they will produce until maybe the first or second batch of snow. It'll depend. They can get a freeze or two, but as soon as it gets very cold, they will basically die back. There's a plum. I don't remember the variety. Then another hybrid chestnut. This is a walnut. It's butternut. Yeah, it's a butternut. There's another one behind. You can see it. And then there are two other hybrid chestnuts. And there's a bunch of I think it's per oak, Quercus macrocarpa in English. I'm really not sure. There's like 100 of them right there that I need to move, like as soon as the fall comes. otherwise I'm gonna have to cut them. And then there's an apple tree. We've already eaten most of the apples, and behind it is just a sugar maple with the head is dead. Over there we've got 2 small hazelnut right there, and this one. This yeah, I just forgot as well what it's called in English. So yeah, as you can see, I'm trying to remember the name, but yeah, they don't taste that good, but they're full of antioxidants, so it's great to have. And also it's like one of the last fruit to come up, so I kind of like them because of that. This is an apple tree. It's in bad shape because I had ducks at the beginning of the season and they really messed up the bark, so we'll see. I might cut it and graft it. We'll see. I don't know. Planted a few cedar tree this spring. There's one dead. That's okay. I'll just plant another one so that it holds the soil. Because of this, there was no dirt there. This one was made late last fall, and there was no vegetation. Basically, I just mulch a bit. This is grass that comes from my brother. He was doing some landscaping, and I needed a place to get rid of it, so I just took it and figured I could put it on the ground and just mulch the rest and let it grow. The white flower that you see there, this is all buckwheat. I'm trying out. It's a ground cover, but I just tried so that I can harvest the seeds and make some flour with it. T'en manges encore, mon coco? C'est bon, hein? Yeah, the name will come back eventually. I'll tell you when it does. So, over there. Oh, just take a look at the view. We're in Quebec, Canada, and over there, now we cannot see it, but when the weather is clear, we can see mountains in the US, and the border is like that, and we can see mountains far to the southwest of Quebec also. So yeah, these are all willow that I planted this spring as well. No, these ones were planted last fall, and it's basically used to stabilize the ground here. This row of willow was planted in the spring. This one is really tall. I mean, it's basically the tallest. He's taller than the one that I planted last fall. Léo, viens mon coco. Viens mon coco, viens dans les bras. Viens me voir. Okay, so this is the greenhouse. Now there's nothing important going on right now because it's just way too warm in the summer. I mean, it's better to use it as a dehydrator than a place to grow stuff. This place is still a mess. The house is still unfinished. We haven't been here for long. I mean, 5 years ago there was no house. I built it, and yeah, there's still a lot of work to be done. Down there is a pile of rock that will be used to terrace this place. Now this is a downhill slope, and I'm terracing this place so that I can gain more space over there. The terrace will go about there, so I'm gonna gain like 10 to 12 foot more of level ground over here. Over there, this is a tree nursery. There's a lot of Caria ovata. It's shagbark. Shagbark hickory. There's another nursery over there where I planted black walnuts, and on the other side of the greenhouse, it's mostly butternut that were planted. But there's also a bit of asparagus going on, and right behind it there's a row of Jerusalem artichokes. Yeah, so over there down that slope I've planted a row of hazelnuts. Also there's are a few pear and apple that I planted from seed, but yeah, that's just for fun, because there are an insane amount of apple trees that are growing here. It's almost a weed. There are a lot of wild apple. Some are good, some are not, but that's okay. If they're not good, I just cut them and replace them with a better variety. Yeah, because there are an insane amount of decent apples along the roads over here. Coco. So yeah, I mulched this place because there was absolutely no vegetation. Now it's picking up slowly, and I just keep on mulching it. There was absolutely no vegetation this spring, so all those little patch of greens are from this year's growth. I just site it with a European site. I just started doing that this year, and I actually quite appreciate it. I like it better than weed whacking. I think it's just faster, and also it's less noisy. And if something breaks on it, it's very easy to maintain, versus the weed whacker, which was it's not really important, but it was a battery powered one, and if something breaks on it, well, I'm set up for like a few $100 of reparation. So yeah, that's not really cool. So yeah, mon coco. Okay, it's avoir une pomme. I'm gonna go pick a apple for my little boy. He really likes apples. Regarde Léo. Non, elle est pas belle. Tiens. Voilà. Okay. We don't treat our apple trees with pesticides or fungicides or whatever. We just eat them as is. It doesn't affect the taste, and if they really don't look so good, well, we'll just discard them. It doesn't matter that much. I'll show you. It's one of the the wild apples that we have here. It makes some really small apple, but the taste is quite interesting. It's not the best, but it's fine. Yeah, just give me a second. Bouge pas mon coco. Tiens, hello. Yeah, so I'll show you the other side. So here's the house with the beautiful sunset behind it. So this place is just very wet, so it's very hard to get there when it's been raining. Like this year, it's been raining like non-stop for the whole summer, so there's no point in trying to work there with a tractor. I'm just gonna get stuck. Right on the boundary though, I did plant a lot of willow. I used a protecting tarp for that they put on metal roofing. I picked that up at the job, and I used it to basically kill the weeds, and I planted the willow cuttings right over it. So yeah, it's kind of cool. They got like maybe between 2 and 5 foot of growth this year, which is great. There's a whole row of them. I might plant a hybrid poplar row, like 10 foot on center in parallel, so that'll make like a nice windbreak. Yeah, Léo. Tiens-tu mon coco? Non. Yeah. Ah. On va te changer de bras. Yeah. This is a secondary home. Our neighbor. They're not there very often. They just come to cut their grass. I very rarely saw them sleep there. So yeah. It's another wild apple tree. This one's really good. We ate all of the apples. They taste a bit like pear, with a little bit of an hint of vanilla at the end. I really like it, and I'm totally gonna take science out of it when the leaves fall, and I'm gonna graft it on some of my more mature apple trees. So yeah, over here there's much less going on. I've planted a whole lot of walnuts, black walnuts and butternuts. Also quite a few oaks, mostly because there are no nuts orchard over here. It's like a novelty. Sorry. And between the walnuts row, I'm gonna plant a row of hazelnut. I've got like 1,000 of them going on in my nursery right now, but they're just too small to be transplanted right now. I think I'm gonna wait until they hit 2 years old before I transplant, or maybe not. We'll see in the spring how it's going. yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but these are deer tracks, and deer are a huge problem here, and they really mess up my walnuts. It's I mean, it's really not fun when you get into the field and you look at your walnuts and you see that all the tops have been eaten, and that really sucks. That's no fun at all. So I'm gonna have to probably fence some areas, at least try to save some places. I've got a hunter that will come this fall to hunt them, and hoping that it should help. But I mean, there's a lot of deer over here, so probably just not gonna put a dent in the population. Which, I mean, it's okay. I do enjoy watching deers, but I just don't like it when they eat my trees. So yeah, and there used to be a small nursery there, but that's because we are planning on building the house over there at first, and the plan fell through. I mean, it's just way too far from the road, so, and also because of zoning laws, it would have been complicated. So yeah, I've planted quite a few trees over there. There are still some left that needs to be put into their forever homes, but yeah, we'll eventually do that. This is a hybrid poplar. These trees grow really fast. I mean, I didn't do anything. I just planted them right there, no maintenance, nothing, and they grow like crazy. I'm gonna plant more of them because I do enjoy the shade that they make, and they also kind of protect the walnut. I've seen in places where I had some regular poplars growing, my oaks are much less damaged when there's a poplar nearby, probably because the deer prefer to hit the poplar first. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do that on my orchard of on the walnut orchard. So yeah, here's a windbreak, mostly pine and American it's larynx. What is it in English? Larch. Yeah, American larch. They grew pretty fast right there. I think it's because there's a lot of water, as you can see. There's a lot of water here because there's a water feature right there. But they really do like it wet, because I've got another row that you definitely cannot see over the ridge right there, and they're like maybe 4 feet shorter. So you can definitely see the difference between larch having wet feet and being in the dry conditions. So yeah, this is a small water feature. It's mostly being held right now for as a water reservoir, so that I can use it during a dry spell, which definitely did not happen this year, but it might get useful in the next year. We'll see. And it's gonna get bigger over time as we use that dirt for projects around the home and other stuff like that. Sorry. Over there are black walnuts that I planted. I think these ones are like maybe 5 years old. This one made it through the deer browse height, so next year is gonna be fine and it's gonna start growing for real, not just stagnating. But most of them are still too short, and maybe they have 2 or 3 years of growth before they get above deer brows. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna fence that part, at least not yet. I'm gonna concentrate on the orchard on that side because it's closer to the home, and also I have to make a road, an access road, because right now it's just field, and because this year has been so wet, it's a pure mess trying to get there. I mean, there's like, just on the other side of that road, there's like an inch or so of water, like all over the place. So yeah, that's about it for now. I might do another tour maybe in a year or two. We'll see how it progresses. So yeah, now if you're wondering why I'm doing this, well, first it's mostly for myself, so that I have a video reference of what things were looking like in late summer 2023. But also because I eventually want to start a YouTube channel and maybe try to inspire other people to buy property and do this on their own, because, well, I think that's, I mean, look at that landscape. You cannot grow corn here, like you cannot grow wheat or whatever. Wheat, I think it's pronounced wheat. Wheat is the smoking variety. Yeah, I mean, you can do it, but you're gonna destroy your soil quickly because it's just too steep, and yeah, so the whole place will have to be terraced in order to make sure that... Oui, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Tu veux-tu marcher? So yeah, the whole place will have to be terraced so that... Oui? Tu vas être dans les bras? Tiens, il est à mon coco. Okay. So yeah, the whole place will have to be terraced so that we don't lose all of our soil. And that's basically my plan, to do it slowly, one at a time. Because, well, I need to work outside, because there's no way I can pay for that just on working here right now. Eventually that might happen when the trees get big enough to give us harvest, but right now that's just not the case. So yeah.
Papa.
Oui, papa. 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 So yeah.
Mama. Mama.
Mama.
Mama.
Mama. Yeah, so I think I could probably rent that place for a market gardener if I just did some earthwork to keep the water at bay. Maybe dig a little lake and use the dirt to make an elevated place so that the market garden doesn't have wet feet. So yeah. Here's our mulch pile. As you can see, we've used quite a lot of it. There isn't much left. Probably gonna have to order some because well, there are no line clearing work planned in the next 2 to 3 years. So yeah. Oh, fais attention mon coco. Yeah, there's another neighbor which lives there all the time over there. Viens Léo, on va aller à la maison. Léo, viens mon coco, on va aller à la maison. Viens. Léo, viens. Tiens-tu? Allez. Tu me donnes-tu la main? Viens Léo. Viens mon coco. Viens me voir. Non, pas dans la bouche. Petit monstre. Oui, viens. Viens, on va aller voir maman. Oh, Toby. Viens. Hop là, viens. Allons-y. Il t'aime mon coco. Hop là. OK. Ah.